Jason, I've just heard that you fired the entire security team.
Don't need them anymore. I'm just going to install Security Copilot. AI is going to handle everything now. Threats, alerts, compliance. Probably HR too.
Jason, Security Copilot isn't a replacement for an entire security team.
Jonathan, I went to Microsoft Ignite. I know what the future holds.
Jason, did you even set it up properly?
Define properly.
Well, proper licensing for a start. Did you provision any security compute units?
Security compute units? What are those?
Well, they're like the power that actually makes Security Copilot work.
Hi Pete. Hi, it's me, Jason. Look, I know I fired you and told you I didn't want to see your face again. Yeah. But can you come back to work Monday?
So, what exactly is Microsoft Security Copilot? Well, think of it as your AI assistant for cybersecurity. Now, it works a little bit like ChatGPT, but instead of being trained on the whole internet, it's focused on your Microsoft 365 environment. It connects to tools like Microsoft Defender, Intune, Entra ID, and even Sentinel, and turns all that complex data into something you can actually understand. You can ask it questions, things like, show me which devices are out of compliance. Or how about summarize today's Defender alerts? Or maybe which users are signed in from unmanaged devices? All really useful information. And instead of you clicking through 10 dashboards, Copilot will pull everything together and explain it for you in plain English. It's designed for teams who don't have full-time security analysts, which is why it's getting so much attention at the moment. Now, before we jump into the demo, there are two things you need in place before Security Copilot will work. First, you need a Microsoft 365 E5 license. That's the only license Microsoft have officially confirmed that includes Security Copilot. And secondly, your tenant needs an Azure subscription, because that is where the compute for Copilot actually runs. Now, here's the important part. Security Copilot runs on something called Security Compute Units, or SCUs for short. What are SCUs? Well, these are basically the fuel that powers Security Copilot. Without these SCUs, Security Copilot just won't run, even if you have E5. And SCUs are billed hourly at roughly $4 per hour. But if you're an E5 customer, Microsoft will give you some SCUs included in your monthly license. So here's an example that makes this clear. Microsoft says that E5 customers get 400 SCUs per month for every 1,000, that's a lot, E5 licenses. So a couple of examples with smaller companies. If you've got 400 E5 users, you would get 160 SCUs included each month. If you have 100 E5 users, you'd get 40 SCUs included every month. All these SCUs go into a shared pool that Copilot uses behind the scenes. Now, even if you're on E5 and you've got all these included SCUs, you can still add more manually if you need that extra compute. But we need some cost control, because with Security Copilot, as you'll see in a moment on the demo, things can get pretty expensive pretty quickly. Now, one of the best blogs and the best tips that I've seen on cost control came from Microsoft MVP Morten Knudsen. And that was to scale SCUs throughout the day, so you only pay for the compute you actually need. What do I mean by this? Well, for example, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., you might have 4 SCUs for morning investigations, because things always happen in the mornings, don't they? And then from 10 to 11 a.m., you might drop this to 2 SCUs. From 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., you might have 1 SCU. And after 4 p.m., we might switch it off completely. And if you do switch it off, don't worry, because Security Copilot keeps your data for 90 days, even if you turn the compute off. So I hope that's covered the licensing and SCUs in simple terms. The next question that I'm going to ask you is Security Copilot a fit for small businesses and MSPs? It seems that right now, Security Copilot is aimed at bigger companies because you've got to have that enterprise E5 license. So as a small business or an MSP, you might not be switching it on today. But even if you aren't, there are Copilot features already showing up in different areas inside Intune, Defender, and Entra. And this is why MSPs should start learning about this stuff today, because this is clearly the direction that Microsoft are heading into. Okay, I hope that has been some basic information for you. Let's now jump in to the demo tenant, where I'm going to show you Security Copilot, how it appears in the portal, how you set up your SCUs behind the scenes, and how Copilot brings together Intune, Defender data, all in one place. Let's go. Okay, before we start the demo, there's a couple of things we need in place for Security Copilot to work. First, as we've discussed, we need the right Microsoft 365 license that supports it. And as we covered earlier, that is Microsoft 365. I'll just stretch these out. E5. And I have got an E5 license right here. Okay. Second, if we pop over to portal.azure.com, you also need an Azure subscription connected to your tenant. So Security Copilot runs on SCUs, and those are provisioned through Microsoft Azure. Okay, so I've got both those things in place. Now, the next thing, we're going to start by adding just a single SCU. Okay, so just go back here. If we create a resource, and in the search here, let's type Security Copilot. And here we are, look. So I can simply create this. So, firstly, this is the Azure subscription. This is just a subscription that will be billed for the SCU. Secondly, we need a resource group. Okay, so what you can do, you can create a new one, especially for Security Copilot. This doesn't affect how Copilot works, it's just for organization, okay? So maybe I'll just put that into my test resource group. We then need to come up with a capacity name. So you can see here, look, it must be unique and contain only lowercase letters, okay? So I will put that in here. We've then got the region, okay? I'm just going to leave this as default. And then we've got the important section here, Security Compute Units. Okay, this is the fuel that runs Security Copilot. So I'm just going to provision one here, but you can see underneath, look, estimated monthly costs, nearly $3,000. So when people see that, they're going to be obviously very scared, because if they just want to test this out, they don't want huge bills. But we can get around that by this section here, Overage Capacity Setup. So this setting allows Copilot to automatically add extra SCUs when you run out. Okay, so if this is switched on here, you're just going to keep getting SCUs added and you're going to get a big bill. So I'm going to switch this right off. Okay, I will agree to the terms. I will click on Next. And I will click on Create. That deployment is now in progress. Okay, my deployment is now complete. I can click on here, and here we go. Click on Get Started. So now that we've provisioned our first SCU in Azure, we need to finish the setup inside of Security Copilot. So it brings us here to securitycopilot.microsoft.com. Now, the first time you come here, Microsoft will ask you to create a workspace. This doesn't cost anything extra, it's just a place where Copilot stores your prompts, your summaries, and your investigations. So I'll go ahead and create a workspace, and once that's done, we can start using Copilot straight away. Select the capacity we'd like to use. Okay, click on Continue. Click on Continue. We'll switch this on. Click on Continue. We've got some roles here. Okay, I'm just going to leave these for now and click on Continue. And guess what? We are all set. Click on Finish. Okay, this is Security Copilot. You can see here we've got lots of prompts in the middle of the screen. Before we type any prompts ourselves, let's have a look a bit deeper. So down here, look, we've got something called agents. Now, these are pre-built AI assistants that focuses on specific security tasks. So let's have a look at this one here. This is a good favorite of mine, the Conditional Access Optimization Agent. Let's set up an entry. Okay, click on Next. View details. Okay, it tells us exactly what this agent will do for us. Okay. The notifications, the triggers. So the agent evaluates your tenant daily, or you can trigger it manually at any time. Also, look here, look. Allow the agent to create new policies in report-only mode by itself. So let's click on Start Agent, and you can see that this agent is now running. So I'll just pause the screen for a little bit until it runs. Okay, that agent has run. Okay, we've got some information here. But we've got here this, look, it's got a recent suggestion. So it's suggesting that we turn on a new policy to block high-risk agents. And we can go into here. So it's looked at all our conditional access policies, and this is the suggestion. And you can see it gives us plain English what this means, and we can turn on this policy. Okay, really helpful. We can even chat with the agent. Okay, so let's chat with the agent. What is your overall assessment of our conditional access policies? And there it goes. Gives us an overall assessment of our policies, and we can go and chat to that. So that's a bit of an example what this agent is like. And if I go back to Security Copilot now, go back to agents, we've got a lot of different agents that we can use. Okay, and these are pre-built agents that you can use that focus on specific security tasks. Okay, next, let's have a look at Promptbooks. Now, for me, Promptbooks are one of the most useful features in Security Copilot, especially for MSPs and IT teams. You've got to think of a prompt book like a repeatable workflow. So instead of typing the same prompts maybe every Monday morning, what you can do is build a prompt book once, and Copilot can run the whole workflow for you in one click. So it's perfect for things like maybe weekly threat summaries, device compliance checks, MFA risk checks, things like that. For example, let's have a look at risky user investigation. This is a 6-prompt sequence, okay? We can click on here, we can have a look at the details. So these are the 6 prompts that Security Copilot is going to run. So show all sensitive data activities performed by the user in the last duration of days. And we've got all these that it will run. If I want to run it, then I just click on Start New Session, and you can see I've got to enter various inputs, okay, like the UPN, the duration, all those things, and I can simply run that. So you've got to think of Promptbooks like lots of different prompts joined together. And then we've got this, what's in preview, it's called Build. You can turn your idea into an agent, okay? So you can start from scratch and you can build your own agent. So that's also really useful. Okay, let's just head back to the home page here. So we've got a lot of prompts here, and we've also got a familiar kind of prompt box here. So we can pretty much ask Security Copilot anything we want. We can scroll down here, look, we can see all these. Let's have a look at this one here, look. This is like a prompt that's built in. Tell me about UPN. And what I can do then is just type in an email address. So I'll type in Charles Bell. Okay, and we will search, tell me about this UPN. That will go off. So there we go. This has given us some basic information about Charles Bell. We can export it to Excel, etc. We can also hop into the Entra Admin Center from here. Security Copilot has also given us some suggested follow-up prompts. So maybe you want to know what licenses are assigned to Charles Bell. Now, let's finish with maybe one more manual prompt, which I'm just going to type in here. And a lot of IT teams might use this. I'm going to prompt Copilot this here. Show me which devices are out of compliance and why. Let's run that command. Now, normally for this, you'd have to open Intune. You click into devices, you drill into compliance, and then you'd expand each device to see what's wrong. But Security Copilot can do all that for us. Okay, I've left this running for about 5 minutes, and you can see that Copilot has identified a couple of devices that are out of compliance, but you'll notice it's taken quite a while to tell me why, okay? And this could be pretty normal, especially in smaller demo tenants like mine, or maybe when you're running Security Copilot with the minimum amount of compute like I am. So obviously Copilot runs with these SCUs. These are the engine behind Copilot. So with just one SCU like mine, everything has worked so far, but maybe some of the heavier prompts like device compliance or identity investigations, they might take a little longer, they might need more power, okay? Maybe in a production environment, if you're running with more power, these results might come back faster. And that's the nice thing about online demos, isn't it? We can see the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? So I hope this has been a bit of a brief introduction to Security Copilot. But before we go, something very important. Remember, these SCUs are billed hourly, okay? So this is a test tenant for me, and some of you might spin this up and you might start playing with it. What we don't want is a massive bill. So when you've finished experimenting, it's important to delete the SCUs to stop any further charges, okay? We can go into the Azure portal. We can go to resource groups. Remember, we put this in our test resource group here. You can see here, look, my test Security Copilot. So we will go in there and then click on delete. Delete the resource. That removes the compute instantly, okay, and the billing will stop. Don't worry, because deleting the SCUs do not delete your workspace, your history, investigations, or your Promptbooks. Copilot will keep all of these for 90 days. So if you're just testing like I am, do remember to delete this at the end because you don't want a big bill. So that's a bit of an intro into Security Copilot. So I hope you've enjoyed this intro to Security Copilot. You might think it's definitely a fit for your business, or you might think if you're a small business or an MSP that it's just not for you just yet. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Look forward to seeing you again soon.